been easy, because it's true. Yeah. I wouldn't have believed if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul. Cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where it was needed. I'm a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Said it's easy. It's easy to love. Easy to love. Oh yeah. Loving you has always been easy, cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always.
Happy Friday, people. Kris the Critic. Kris the Critic Relationship Show. We were having some slight technical difficulties, but we are ready to roll on tonight. Gina B, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you, Kris?
I'm happy. It's not
It's
0
Friday.
degrees outside.
It was like a heat wave today.
I was out here like it was summertime.
You know, I had to go to physical therapy today, and because I have a back problem. Anyway, so that said, I walked out the house, and I was like, damn, it's like balmy. This is dope.
It was good, so I'm happy about it. People, first off, I want to apologize for that delay. If you notice, we have a third person joining us. Tina, can you hear us?
I can hear the music, DJ.
Tina?
Why's the music still on?
DJ? Again, we're having some technical difficulties. I'm not sure what's going
In the
on.
meantime, let's just tell them what the topic is, so that when
Gina,
we
can
get
I
there-
handle? I'll handle the audience.
Okay.
DJ, I'm still hearing music,
Yes.
and I can't hear my guests.
Thank you. All right.
We're getting everything fixed. Tina, mic check. Sorry, people. Told y'all we were having some technical difficulties. It happens in the world of entertainment.
Technology is fantastic when it works. Okay.
I'm sorry?
She needs to unmute or something.
Okay.
In the meantime, does everybody know what we're talking about tonight? Should we discuss that?
I will get into it.
Okay. Well, you're multitasking.
So right now, people, tonight's show is entitled Dating with Kids, or if you've dated people who have kids. Tina, if you can see us, say something. So, all right, we got Tina. Everybody, that's our guest, Tina. Tina, wave to everybody. Tina, can you wave?
She's delayed, so.
She's a little delayed. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So, I can't hear my guest. She says something. She's wave. Can you say something, Tina?
Something.
All right.
There we go.
There we go. We all fixed now, people. Sorry about that. So then, this show, the reason we're doing this show, I like to entertain, but I like to have a purpose as well. We got people who have kids who've been married. They're now divorced. We got people with baby mamas, baby daddies, or maybe you are the baby mama or baby daddy or ex-husband or wife. But a lot of times, if you are not with the person you've had kids with, and I can attest, I've gone through this. Sometimes I fared better. Now, there can be some drama. You get people getting their, restraining orders, child support orders going up and down. People want to fight, ass whoopings all over the place. People getting their tires flattened. And usually the kids have nothing to do with this. It's us adults. So, I need everybody to hit the like button a couple of times if you have kids and are not with the person anymore, or you've ever dated somebody who had kids. Anybody? Anybody?
We have that delay.
Okay.
So we got to wait for a second.
Gina B, I can't see that far. You tell me what
I'll
those
let
notes
you
say.
know when it starts. when it
Somebody
starts
looked like, was
letting in.
somebody talking garbage to me on there?
No one's talking garbage to you.
It'd be a problem. I ain't one of those hosts. I get in that ass. So, this is for all you people right there. And we do have a guest. because we're going to ask her some questions. Tina, I just had to let the people know what the show is about. This is Gina B, my co-host.
Hey, Tina.
So, Gina, you can go ahead and interview Tina for the guest, ask who she is.
Thank you.
And you can start this off, Gina. I'm going to sit back and watch, and I'm going to jump in.
He's going to have some apple juice.
I'm going to have a little sip of apple juice.
Okay,
Friday.
Tina, thank you for joining us, first of all, and sorry for the technical difficulties. But as you know, the topic is dating with kids. Now, tell me, do you have children?
I do.
And how old are your kids?
I have a son who just turned 20, and I have a daughter who is 13.
I wasn't going to let you make you say the age, because now people in their mind, they trying to figure you out. I'm just saying.
Anyway.
We real tricky in here.
Anyway.
Answer what you answer.
And so are you not with the father of your children any longer and dating?
I am dating. We are no longer together. We've been divorced for 11 years.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you're not new to the dating scene. And so that would mean that your son was 9 when you got divorced, right? And then your other child was like 2 or, yeah,
Yep.
2. Okay, cool. Now that we got all that straight now. Now, so when you were dating, did you date differently once you began dating again after you got divorced with your kids in mind? Like, what was that like?
I don't want to say that I necessarily dated differently. I think I dated differently because I was older.
Okay. All right. A little bit wiser. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I was very intentional about not bringing people around my kids unless we were all the way in a relationship.
Okay.
So,
Wait a minute. That's a good thing. What does all the way in a relationship mean? Because we going to get in your business a little bit, but it won't hurt. I promise.
so my kids, I've been divorced for 11 years, and my kids have only been around or seen me with 2 guys.
I would like to clap right there.
Good for you.
You are way better than my average person who I talk to about this subject. Continue.
And each of those guys, I dated them for a year before I brought them around my kids.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
Now-
a long time.
Now, when you did bring them around, and I know we started a little late, but I'm going to get right to it. What sort of rules did you follow? And what issues, even though you're a little more mature then, what issues did you see? What are some of the, because we're going to talk about pitfalls, and I've made a ton of mistakes, and I'm going to name a few. But what sort of issues did you see, and what rules did you follow?
So let me back up some. When I met my ex-husband, I didn't have a child. He did. So
Got
I was dating a person.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, so you were dating someone with a kid.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Even
tell
on
me
both
about that. That
sides.
person's always in a weird position. Go ahead.
They are. That was a bit challenging.
The adults never like each other who don't know each other. So did this person like you?
I am going to say probably not.
All right. Yeah, so, we're going to let you talk, but you can either state the drama, but that's what we're trying to get to. So we trying to hear the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm going to share too, because I did a lot of things wrong.
We can all share. We all have.
I did some dumb shit. It is what it is. But go ahead,
It
Tina.
is. Okay, Tina.
So, there was the relationship that I had with my ex-husband's daughter's mom was very contentious, unfortunately.
Okay.
And so when I got divorced, I wanted to make sure that anybody that my ex-husband was dating didn't have that same experience. So I'm very intentional if he is in a relationship and he's bringing women around the kids.
Okay.
I form a relationship with them, and I'm make sure that I reach out to them and let them know, like, hey, we're good, and just get to know them.
I think that's very adult of you.
Very.
Now, did he, or if you were dating, did he do the same, or did you sort of require a mandate that he know who you had, because it's been at least 2 that you got serious with. Did he know them?
So yes. So whenever I was going to bring the kids around a guy, I would tell him like, "Hey, I've been seeing this guy. I'm starting to bring him around the kid," and he did. He did meet both of the guys.
Okay.
Now let me ask you a question. So was your relationship with your ex-husband always a good one, or was it a contentious relationship, or did you have a good?
They did get divorced. I
Well,
mean, at one point they got
understand.
married.
Well, okay, but that does
One
not
point they
mean that they were friendly with one another. I mean, there's
All
some
right.
bad. I mean, because I think what I'm getting at is I think that sometimes the tone that is set really depends on where the couple is when they break up.
Okay.
You know, whether or not someone's going to be a problem.
I will let the question ride.
So it wasn't a messy divorce.
Okay, good.
But we were very intentional about not putting the kids in the middle.
Okay.
That's good.
And you married a smart. I mean, I don't know him as well as I know you. I've been knowing Tina forever, but he's a smart guy. So, fairly successful. I'm guessing. But even the most civil of people can have some ratchet shit occur.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
We see it all the time.
Did this woman want to fight you, or did you guys fight?
No.
See, I asked that with a straight face. Y'all didn't fight? She wanted to fight you.
I don't know if she wanted to fight me.
All right.
but
What's
we
the-
did not fight.
What's the worst thing that happened? We can't talk about it? Is it that bad?
I would rather not talk about it.
You got a list? Give us
Come on, you
give
gotta
us the
give us
PG version.
something.
I just felt like there were a lot of times that she would try to control what was going on in our household.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Okay.
And
Did-
a step parent has to tread a very fine line.
Yes.
Very true.
Very true.
And you can't treat the child any differently, and because of what's going on with the adults. So it's a very very fine line that you have to learn how to walk on.
Okay.
And how old was your stepchild when you got together with your ex-husband?
She was 2 or 3.
Okay, so she was little. Okay.
All right, so we get it. So that's that situation. Let's talk a little bit more about you dating and having kids. So we got it. It was a bunch of drama. This woman hated you, and you were good in that. And the takeaway I want people to see, and you dropped the jewel, Tina. You let people know that the communication needs to be open with your kids specifically and who they around.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about you dating with kids. What are some of the things you've encountered, good and bad, or, things that you saw that you may have done differently?
The first relationship I was in, even though I waited a year, and we both had kids, which was great, and they
Okay.
were all around the same age, and the kids got along great. I don't think that we attempted to move in together.
What?
And
Kris the Critic is against that, but go ahead. I did a whole show on to shack or not to shack. But okay, I won't judge because I've made a lot of mistakes. Go ahead.
we attempted to move in together, and it did not go well. He was not in a place where he was ready for any outside influences to be around his kids.
Got it. And your kid's dad or ex-husband was okay with you moving in?
No, but it's
What made you think you could just move your kids in with somebody? Like, why did you think that would be okay?
because it's still my life.
Right.
True that. I get it.
She's got to be happy.
I always worry because, especially with women, like, did you want a background check on this dude? Was he in the child molester database? We don't know. I don't
Child
know.
molester database.
He could be.
He was
Sex
Well, I mean,
offender.
that's one of the first.
You don't know because
things
you've
you
never
look
done
for.
it.
both
I-
of these guys I had known forever. And I knew that they weren't, I mean, the first guy, he had kids. He had 2 girls.
So if y'all moving in, I dated with kids, and now we just talking. I had a kid before I was married. I had a kid when I was young, but
Yes.
I was running all type of stuff. Like having sex was difficult. I mean, I've been the dude right there. They like the kids sleep, and I'm like, well, I shouldn't even be doing this. I'm like, how does that work? I mean, you got 2 kids. I mean, they tell on you. I mean, did you have?
Anybody ever walk in on you?
Exactly. I wasn't. It was difficult for me. So when my daughter, now if they doing it, said, Kris, come on through. I was young. All right, I'm coming through. I don't want the kids to see me because I ain't trying to pay for nothing. But I still wanted some. I'm just saying. But with my kids, I'm like, no, you can't be around my kid. You can't be. So I want to know what rules did you follow? You can't come over when they sleep, or I'm trying to get some people who in this situation now, Tina, some advice. Your kids is grown and successful. Some people are still in the muck.
She has a 13-year-old, so.
Tina's kids on autopilot. They like the super smart.
Okay,
kids.
that's cool.
But go ahead.
Good for her.
So the blessing for me was that I still had a co-parent who was involved. So we had a parenting schedule. So I knew that, every other weekend I don't have kids. In the summer, I have most of the time I don't have the kids. So I would date around that schedule.
That's smart. Okay.
So basically, you're only getting it in like 2 weekends.
Wait a minute. You didn't. If you don't mind us asking, what did your ex do for a living?
He's an attorney.
Oh, you see, you were in a different situation. Yeah, okay, you didn't have any money problems.
I didn't say I didn't have any money problems.
My daughter's mother always thought I had more money than what I had. It's all right.
Anything.
You know what? I'm just going into my old problem.
I see this.
I had a lot of issues. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I would date around that schedule.
Okay.
And
if somebody wanted more of your time, that's when it gets a little sticky.
Because you will come across, good point, Gina, because you will come across men, especially men, they get jealous of what you're doing with your kids and time.
Or they just want to have more frequent sex.
True.
So, some people aren't excited about that every other week sex thing.
Yeah.
So I had one day during the week too.
See the Wednesdays?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The schedule, right?
Yes. But I got lucky that I never have run across that.
Okay.
If it came up now that, my youngest is 13, I mean, I can still get away for a couple hours. And, I would get a babysitter if I wanted to go to dinner or.
Get it in.
Yeah.
So you sound like you've managed your situation. I had some, maybe because y'all had
a little more ratchet shit going on.
Well,
Kris.
I did.
Yeah.
I was trifling.
See, Tina, you ain't ratchet. Kris sounds like. Go ahead, Kris. Tell us all about it.
I'm just saying. Well, you know what? Did you ever have, as a person who got divorced, and I wasn't married, but I went through this. I think the man sometimes, maybe the women too, you try to overcompensate because maybe your girl feeling like you bending over too much for the kid's mom. And then I felt like I ended up doing shit that I shouldn't have did. Like me, I'm gonna say this. Kid was real little, so I'm like, what difference does it make? Kid was getting christened. I'm like, well, I'm with my girlfriend. She's got to go. And in hindsight, I'm like, why did I do that dumb shit? And
so
then the
christening.
The kid's mother did not want her there.
Oh,
and I'm feeling bad, so I overcourse corrected and brought her to the christening. Of course, I realized in hindsight that woman was crazy, and I'd have been crazy to marry her. But when men are young, they do dumb shit. I did. I was wrong. I should have left her out of that and been like, look, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I was just wondering if you made any mistakes or you did anything that maybe you shouldn't have did.
The only regret that I really have is moving my kids before I was 100% sure that he was ready to take that next step.
Got it.
And so what were your expectations of him? Where did he fail?
He failed because he had another plan in his head that he didn't share with me.
Okay.
So it was
like what? You and him and a wife-in-law? I mean, a sister wife?
Okay, calm down.
You never know.
Go ahead.
You never know what's out here.
it was his idea for us to move in together
Uh-huh.
because he lived in the suburbs, I lived in the city. Let's find a place in the middle.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we did. We found a house that was big enough for all of us, and I ended up moving in first. And so I was like, "So hey, when are you and the girls gonna move in?" And he was just like, "Oh, I didn't tell you. I'm gonna wait till the girls like get out of school for the summer, and then we're gonna move in then. I need to ease them into this." So at that point, that's when the red flags started going off.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it was a touchy situation until he was gonna move in. So it was always like, so when you gonna move in? So when is it gonna happen? And I started nitpicking because it felt like from that first comment that you had me move my kids all the way to the suburbs, and
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I would. I mean, hindsight is always 2020, but yeah, you don't move no kids for no dude. No ring ain't on your finger. I mean, you
Well,
don't.
that was going to be my question. What was the commitment?
Yeah, there's no commitment.
so we had
Don't
just
even
like
get down like that. Yeah.
so look, I thought we were going to be together and we were going to work it out, and yeah, that didn't.
Yeah, you was young, dumb, and stupid. I've been young, dumb, and stupid. It happens. Gina B. Wait a minute. I want to know. I want anybody to ask because we got Tina for about 4 more minutes. And Tina, you've been. I ain't gonna lie. I thought you wasn't gonna. I thought you wasn't gonna give up the goods. You know some. You know when I first asked, she was like, "So what are you gonna ask me?" I'm like, it's not gonna hurt.
Yeah,
So
I know, Kris.
you do know me very well, but I want. I think that you are doing very admirable. You've made less mistakes than most. Because I've heard of women want to jump on them, or people want to fight your ex.
Yeah.
Gina, you going through any of that?
No, listen. I have dated people that have kids, and actually, my fiance has a daughter who was kind of younger.
Did she like you?
Together.
Did any of the kids like y'all?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I
can see them thinking you mean, though, Gina.
Mean.
You talk so proper and nice. Those people are always mean.
I'm not really a kid person, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you like.
I'm not really like.
She's like, fuck your
I'm
kids.
not,
Them your kids.
No, but you know what? I'm
Them
not.
your kids.
I'm not a playful person. I'm not particularly like. I'm not the kiddie person.
Did you
right?
eat a candy bar and the kids say, "Can I have a piece?" And you say, "Hell no, this is my candy." You one of those?
Gina, I'm not
Exactly.
either.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, really? Yet you have two. Yeah, but you know what? You don't have to be a kid person to be a mom. You can just like your own
Tina
kids.
is similar to me. She's a nice person, but like all of us, she can be a little trifling. A little bit. I mean, me too.
Everybody can be a little trifling.
I'm
but,
very.
but
Hey.
my point though with I've dated people that have kids, and here's what I think. Here is one of the differences, and we can talk about this in the second segment if you'd like. I don't know.
We have a guy on
guy
it,
coming
and
up.
guys always have more drama.
They do, but
And I know this guy's. He's on. He bet Wayne. You better not be. You better get your stories right out there because he's in the studio. We gonna have him in here.
Okay, let me just pose this quick question. You guys can think about it and leave us some comments. Do you think it's worse when the parent of your child was a spouse or just a baby mama, baby daddy?
Well, I think it's definitely better if it's a spouse.
Yeah, because you were very intentional about the breakup, and baby mamas, it's like a whole different breed.
Because I was his baby daddy, and we do shit just to.
That's different.
We try to placate him with
Oh
D.
my
We
God.
try to keep him quiet.
Yeah,
We laugh.
yeah. The baby mama situation is not a good one.
So, Tina, would you
Yeah.
date somebody now if they had a younger child? Gina, you asked this earlier. You know.
Because you did. You married somebody that had 2 or 3.
Why not? Is it because the kid is little and they demand more of their time, or you always hear from the spouse or the ex person more?
At this point in my life, I
Hell
don't
no.
know because I'm almost to the finish line. And do I really want to start all the way over again?
That's a good point.
Well, if you date somebody that's
I'm
like,
almost there.
but if you
So,
date somebody that has a kid, what do you think your role is there? Like, do you feel like you have stuff to do for that child?
I think that if I'm going to be serious with that person, and so if I come across a guy that has a younger child, I approach it like, what if we work out? What if we fall in love? What if we gonna be together? Like, do I want to have the responsibility of sometimes we won't be able to be spontaneous. Sometimes we'll have the kid. Things will come up. Is that something that I am on board for?
Okay.
Got it.
That's fair.
We have to take a break in 1 second. Tina, before I ask you this last question, I want to thank you for being on the show. You will get a prize. It'll be a bottle of something from the Kris the Critic show. But in parting, if you had to give anyone dating someone with a kid your biggest tip before we head to break, what would be Tina's tip to if you dating somebody with a kid or if you have kids?
So my biggest tip would be, if you are dating someone with a child, to make sure that you are going to be on board all the way for everything that happens, because stuff happens. Sometimes they're going to have to get them on their unscheduled day. Like, things happen with kids, and you have to be okay with that. And if you have kids, don't bring people around them before you know that you guys are going to work out, or that you guys are serious about each other.
That's solid right there, Tina. That's solid. We got to take a break right now.
Thank you, Tina.
We'll be right back with a guy's perspective. Tina, thank you very much for joining the show. Yeah, anybody listening, I threw this on her literally today.
Because we plan well at Kris.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Tina, for joining the show. We'll have you back. I might want to set you. Are you dating right now? Because I got some guys. I might want to set some people up. I'm just thinking of future shows.
I am single and looking.
Okay.
Y'all hear that, fellas?
All right, y'all.
Anybody gainfully employed because she used to lawyers, let me know. We'll be right back in 2 ticks with our next guest. Wayne will be in the studio talking about dating with kids and people with kids. Kris the Critic Show with Gina B will be back on the What's In It for the Black People Network in 2 ticks. Peace.
WIFTBPM.
And I'm black, y'all. And I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
What's in it for the black people? That which we invent, of course. Let's see if we could list some black inventors using the letters WIIFTBP. Here it goes. J.T. White invented the lemon squeezer. A.C. Richardson made an insect destroyer gun. Isaac Johnson made improvements to the bicycle frame. Robert F. Fleming Jr. made the guitar. Valerie Thomas hit us with the illusion transmitter. Ow! Purdy Zagwar gave us the folding chair. Now, go create some stuff. Make us proud, black people. It's legacy time.
And I'm black, y'all. And I'm blacker than black, cause I'm black.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Yeah. Oh, baby, oh, darling. Oh, 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 oh. Your love must be some kind of drug, baby, 'cause it just keeps on calling me, and I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. Oh no, not for a minute, not for an hour. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted. I need to check myself into some kind of rehab, 'cause I need some help. Somebody help me, please. Please. La 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 la. I need to testify this evening. Oh Lord, have you ever loved somebody so much that you just can't get?
What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Kris the Critic Relationship Show with Gina B. Tonight's show is dating with kids or dating people who have kids. We just heard from Tina, who gave us a little bit of insight. Now, if you notice, we've had someone new in the studio. One of my high school buddies, been knowing him forever. 10th degree player like myself. No, I'm just joking.
Bulls enthusiast.
I'm just saying, he's a Bulls enthusiast. Welcome to the studio, Wayne Shepherd. How you doing, brother?
Pleasure to meet you guys.
First off, Wayne, similar to my last guest, found out today. I said, you know what? Let's bring, because we got a lot of people out here who've dated with kids or dating people with kids. So I wanted to bring him on the show. So, Wayne, we won't go into a lot of the background like we did with Tina, but I want to get into some of the rules people follow. So, A, you do have kids.
Correct.
All right, so Wayne has kids. Are you single right now?
Yes.
So you date. You sound so.
Bring the mic
stoic.
in.
Hold on.
Bring the mic in so you can talk to
Bring the
this
mic a
way.
little bit closer so the people hear you.
Yes, you got
Yeah,
to
get it.
to the
See how
mic,
close
bro.
I got it? Do that. So look.
Swallow it.
So now I know from when I was single with a kid, when I was younger, I did dumb stuff. I was less cautious or less mindful of that. I was like, hey, that's their thing. Do you think it's? Let's talk about you having kids first, because men, and I'm not stereotyping. I just think men can be. Do you let women? Are there women that you have dated? Because I had one or two around my kids, but typically for a rule, I didn't. I'm not even saying I should have had them around. They were good people. But what are some of the rules that, with your kids first, talk about you having kids, that you go by? Because I know how much time you spend with your kids, and you're a great dad, but I don't know how you date. What tip?
Okay, Wayne.
Is that your phone, Wayne?
No, that's not.
When you tell the women while you on the show.
That is your phone.
It was. I'm sorry.
Okay, turn that thing all the way off. It's got to be all the way
Guys,
off. Turn it.
we didn't tell
All the
Wayne to
volume.
mute his shit.
You know what?
Tonight
He's my
is
friend. My
is-
friends
is
always come
Mercury
in on
in
that.
retrograde still because
Are
we're
you
having
good?
a technology issue.
All right, so
Okay.
we want to hear some of the rules that you adhere to in terms of your kids or women around your kids when you dated, or your rules and any mistakes that you've made.
Well, I think
You're talking to the mic.
I think one of the main things in dating, when you're dating someone with kids, it's a lot easier to accomplish a relationship with that child.
My wife just
They're
texted me and
younger.
said Wayne needs to speak up.
If
Pull the
they're-
mic.
Tasha's
Pull the mic
she's
all
our
the way to
police. Does pretty much talk so you're right.
My boss
like,
just called.
it.
Lips
I've never
on the
been this
mic,
close to a
basically.
mic before.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, well, I think one of the things that I've learned in my dating, when you're dating someone, it's easier to date a woman with a younger child.
Really?
Yeah, when
Really?
the child gets a little bit older,
They start wondering what the hell
probably
you doing
try to
there
do
so
too-
late.
Too much. You try to do too much, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to the movies with you guys. I'm not, going to the shopping with you guys.
I'm glad you
because
mentioned
they're
that.
a little older.
See-
but when they're younger, you can easily.
And
Like you can come
I'm glad you
bye-bye.
said that because I felt that when I dated women with kids, some women, unlike Tina, who was great, I think they wanted me to do too much.
Right.
And I'm like,
Well,
I ain't that baby daddy.
Yeah, well, that's the whole
Do
thing.
you
when
feel
date
like
guys
that?
with kids? They want you to do stuff.
But
Like,
honestly, when the kid was little, way back when, I would acquiesce sometimes, and I would show up. I remember. It's not just me. Men will do anything if the kid is little. You have sex and the kid sleep 2 feet away. You like, I'm going to hell for this.
women,
Yeah, well,
totally different.
It happens like that.
It does, but you know,
Don't
what
say
they want-
women because that happens, right? Am I?
it growth kind of changes.
But when the kid gets of like 3, we like, hey, whoa, he look like he gonna be 6'3". I'm 5'10" on the good day. He ain't gonna whip my ass
at 3 years old.
You are so funny.
I'm just
but
saying.
like,
But so you saying the women would ask you to be? Cause you are a nice guy, though, Wayne. I ain't gonna lie. They probably thinking, well, he's a nice guy, nice with his kids,
nice. Yeah,
and he could be a good daddy to my baby.
are you
Because I
thinking
felt
of
like
looking
that.
for daddies when you date a woman with kids? Do you feel that they want you to step in on that?
Hell yeah!
role?
I'm
You
sorry.
know, there's been a lot of women that I've dated.
I'm glad we saved
Some
him for
of them
last.
are
Honey.
so strong that no, they don't need you to step in. And what they've done with their child is tremendous. I did date a lady that they did have an older daughter. I think when I met her, she was going to college.
Mm-hmm.
But and I think I tried to step in a little bit too much.
Okay.
I couldn't. So what my
grown at that point.
alternative route was to connect her with my daughter.
Well, that was
And,
okay.
and I connected her with my daughter. So she didn't have the relationship with me, but I made her connect.
So
with my
you
daughter
thought this was
and
the woman was the one?
Oh yeah, I still think she was the one.
Okay, cool. All right, that's good. That's good. Because usually I didn't get to that point unless you thought they were the one. Now, given that you went in like that, was the kid's biological around, and did he dislike you?
With this particular person, the kid's biological was not around.
Okay,
So he
that's
was
always a better
He
situation.
was not around. He came around after I left. I was gone, but at that particular time, he was nowhere around.
All right, and
That's easier.
Yeah, it was.
that is easy. Have you ever had a situation where the kid's dad was around?
Yes, I did. Fortunately, the child was younger, so we were able to connect. I did get a little jealous at times when
As the other
he
guy.
did come around, but I had to learn the person. The girl that I was dating was more of a person to, she was a good person. So as far
That's
as
good.
him coming around and being around them, I had to learn that, I had to learn that person, the lady that I was dating.
Okay.
Not the relationship, not the guy,
I found, this is true confession Friday. I found I was dating more when my oldest I wasn't married, but I was young. And I was doing the one dating, and I was trying to have my cake and eat it too. She wasn't dating. So I didn't run into the issue of running into any other guy as much. But in hindsight, I'm thinking how difficult that must be for some women, because guys always seem to have somebody around or on some shit. As nice a guy as I am, I'm a nice dude. I was young.
Okay.
I'm sure
They was throwing it at you. But I'm just saying, but I know guys who have had drama, like with
the father.
Right.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't want you around my kid, and who
Right.
are you? And but it isn't just a guy thing. Women do. Like, women won't, if you were dating a guy that has kids,
right.
then sometimes the woman wants to know, how close you are to my kid. Like, I don't want you involved with my kids. Like, stay away from. They don't need another mom. I mean, like, it gets. Fortunately, I have never had that problem. But because I avoided men that had like kids that were of a certain young age,
Right.
for the most part.
Right. To
Right.
reverse that, though, with my child, I had one child for so many years. But I noticed, like, at the beginning, when she was younger, it was easier for her to, get in touch, get in rhythm with my female partner.
Okay.
As she got older, it was like, no, Daddy, I don't want to go to the movies with you guys. No, I don't want to go shopping. Give me some money so
Okay.
I can go with my girls when she started turning 16.
Yeah.
She don't bother with you anyway, though. She don't want to be bothered with you anyway.
Exactly.
When
Well,
she's 16.
that's what I definitely noticed.
Yeah.
That's why it's a little bit harder, I think, to get in tune with the girl that has an older child, because they don't want to be around you. They got their own little world that they're trying to create.
Which is fine.
I agree.
It gives you less to
I
have to
totally
really do.
But then sometimes men overdo it and mess up the whole relationship. They
See,
want the child to be like she's 7, 8 years old and she's 16, and they pushing. And I tend to think that that might mess up the relationship.
Did you have with your oldest? See, with because we have kids around the same age. You did the same thing as me. You got some older and young ones. My oldest, I was the one doing the dating. But I had so many issues, and her mom's a saint, by the way. I think she's like mom of the year. In hindsight, I used to think it was 70% her, 30% me. It's probably 50-50 us getting on each other's nerves, if you're being honest.
Okay.
Right? But I can say now that we had drama, so at least with me, I didn't want to bring, the only person that was around my kid other than, it literally is the person I'm married to now. That's the only person that her mom even liked. I mean, she snapped on me one time. I hope she's not watching the show because I love you, baby mama.
Dropped off.
Number one. Over a girl making a sandwich. Like, you made my daughter. And I say, you know what? Why did I do that? And you know what I'm saying? Like, why did I even have, and sometimes, again, I said this earlier, I was overcompensating for whomever I'm dating.
Right.
Because sometimes you right with the kid's mom or woman's right, the dad is right, and you feel bad, so you try to do too much on this end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Wayne is, and I know Wayne's a good dude. Like he said, man, I waited. I left all that alone. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't have any drama then with your oldest mom.
You know, the funny thing about that was before you introduce your child to your partner, you have to take some time and kind of know what kind of partner you have.
True that.
I tend to think you have to wait to, try to see what kind of partner you have. If she's a person that's, loyal, loves kids, willing to be with you regardless of your baby mama drama or whatever, then you can introduce her to it.
Right.
It's some due diligence that you have to do before.
Now, you ever ran into the, what's the word?
Uh-oh.
What's the, like?
You got to think of this. I know it's going to be good. Go ahead.
Well, I just know Wayne, listen.
If I ran into, don't say I'm a good
No,
guy.
go ahead.
What?
Go
No, I was going to say quite the opposite. I mean, you are, but when I was single, Wayne still looks sort of innocent. I used to look innocent. Now it's like, I don't know. Maybe I got old.
Grow a beard.
But you have extensive dating history. Any drama in there? Because you just said any drama was somebody. Well, you felt it was just drama.
Kris, I have an extensive dating because I'm 50 years old. I'm pretty old, so I've been, I got married late.
Wayne is older than me.
But,
I'd never say my age on there, but Wayne is older.
Yeah.
I just want to know if you had any drama.
I'm proud to be what I am. Drama, I think the people that I picked never left me because of baby mama drama.
They left you for other reasons.
Yes, they did. I wouldn't say that. I would say that the relationship diminished because of other reasons.
I got you.
But again,
that ain't the show.
And
so
again, I think I picked the right people.
Okay.
I think I picked the right people in my process where, I can introduce them to my daughter and they knew me.
And how did that go? Okay, so when you introduced the people to your daughter, did your daughter take to them or like what was the process?
The first one she took to really, really well because we all lived together.
You all lived together.
So you live with your kid and somebody else and their kid?
Did I say that?
You sound like you just said
Is that a topic?
You said,
I mean, Tina said the same thing.
I was answering the question. She said
I asked.
that
How'd it go?
the second one was a great person, but the third one, she was also a great person, but my daughter was getting a little older, and she was at that point where, Daddy, come on, I'm not about to go to the show with you guys. I don't want to go shopping.
Now, do you think you think your daughter probably got to the point where she was like, well, he ain't married. I don't want to meet nobody else.
At a point, she did get there because it was just me and her.
So don't introduce me to all these randoms.
I was the same way. And at the end of this show,
long time.
You and my Tina have given me some good stuff. I'm gonna give some what I feel because I've probably made more mistakes than both of y'all. That's why I'm Kris the Critic, the relationship expert. I'm gonna give the public some do's and don'ts of dating, and anyone listening, I go back and read all y'all messages later. It's too much to look at y'all messages and listen to all of them.
I try to kind of keep up.
Gina B is supposed to be doing that. I try,
but you know what? I'd rather be involved in this
But I like what my guy is saying here. I went through. I felt like, and I don't want women gonna say I'm beating up. I'm not beating up on women, but I felt like the women I was dating, in hindsight, I was around their kids too much.
So
Like,
what was their age? I'm curious.
I mean,
How
I've
old
had
were these
women
people?
let you have, like, the kids a baby, or the kids in the other room, or the crib over there. You have sex.
That's too young. See,
No, but I'm saying, I felt like now I'm older, you know what I'm saying? I'm all wise and shit. I felt women were too lax. Like, you shouldn't have no dude. I don't care if the kid is a newborn having sex there. Tell that Negro to come back later.
Right.
They didn't run a background check on me. I mean, I'm a nice
Exactly.
dude.
I mean, seriously.
But did you have the same experience? You felt like
Well, he has-
these women, if they open with you, they open with other people.
because Wayne has an extensive dating history, so
I mean, I'm a retired player myself. But yeah, Wayne does.
Wayne does.
I'm putting it all on you. But did you feel that way, that they was too free with you being around?
Not with the particular women that I chose.
So you thought you were going to marry all these women? No. You knew you weren't.
You know what? That was the plan. That was the plan. That
Are you,
was,
I didn't love being in love that much.
No, well, let me say the first one, the second one I messed up on, but the third one, yeah, I would say I definitely had plans to marry everyone.
Because
Everyone.
I think, and I've had two, probably two women I considered marrying before I was with my soulmate right now. And
So I'm just saying three. They were three.
but even still, I hadn't put a ring on their finger. And I'll talk about this in the critics' tips, and we got about 4 or 5 more minutes. I shouldn't have. I wouldn't have been. I probably shouldn't have been around their kids. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I think that introducing your kids too soon is it's not only not good for the kids, but it's also not good for your relationship
But
because
if you have a good person, a good lady, and you can feel the vibe instantly, I don't think it's a
no.
problem.
I disagree. I think that you need to have the time to get to know the person.
Okay, so
and
what if you-
and
Were any of these women
that
jealous?
that
Like, what-
person deserves to get to know you apart from your children for a while.
Right, but again, if you had a relationship with that person before you started dating, you kind of know her already.
Okay,
I mean, it was
But you don't
she
know
was
what
a
she's
friend
like to
for
date.
a long time.
I'm
She
in
was
the
a friend
same-
for a
yeah, I
long
got
time.
you.
You kind of know
But that
her.
doesn't always
And
happen.
then
That
it was
doesn't
like,
always
okay,
happen.
relationship time, boom, and your daughter came along, and it was like, okay, I know this person. So
What did you have any women that butt heads? Because you are a very nice guy, and I mean, your daughter sounds like my daughter. You spend a lot of time with her. I felt when I was dating, sometimes even the women I was dating felt, well, it's too much time going over here, or you're like, what drama did you have, if any?
I had a person in my life that created a lot of drama. I'm not going to say who.
She must have been fine.
She
Fine
did
women create
not-
drama.
She did not affect my relationships with any of my girlfriends.
Okay.
So I kind of kept it distance. And if she tried, it didn't work.
Now I'm gonna get to this real
That's
quick.
good.
I got about 2 more minutes of questions, and I want you to air out anything you got. You have been married.
Yes.
You got a lot going on, Wayne.
Well, Wayne's like me. I got older kid, then I got
a whole
younger
other
kids.
show to get into Wayne.
I got older kid. You got younger kid.
You got an
you have
extensive dating
you have a young son. So I'm
about to marry 3 people. Go ahead.
Is it different dating that with somebody young? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because your ex-wife is she who you got around my kid?
Right now, considering coronavirus, I get that. But
Okay.
she's not that kind of person.
Okay, yeah, that's
You know,
cool.
It's like, where's he at? As far as the virus and the pandemic and stuff.
She's one of those-
She has that question.
Is
That
he
question
eating?
Comes out.
Yeah,
Who's
okay.
he around? Whatever.
Now, who's
But
he? How old is he, brother?
He's magical 4.
Oh, he's a little
Oh man, he's
dude.
the best.
You got all
Yeah.
look.
Hey,
we need a
this dude
whole
right
show
here,
for
girl,
you.
If you had this dude, you'd be like,
We
Wayne
need a
strong
whole
like
show for
You-
strong
you
like
had this
bull.
little man.
Next
You want to see a
time-
picture? I got a picture right
Look,
here.
yeah. Next time
Handsome
we do a whole show for Wayne.
I'm
We need
telling
a
you, look,
whole
Oh, look,
show.
we're out of time. Okay, everybody.
I might listen. Wayne,
We got a lot
Wayne-
going on, y'all.
Look, I
I'm
don't
just
bring
saying.
Wayne. I don't bring people on the show. I had one of my guys, Dave, on the show. I've had Ayan Team. I only bring good people on the show, and I purposely try to bring. I purposely bring good-looking single people on the
up,
show.
Dave?
So if anyone's checking for Dave, Tina, or Wayne,
Wayne got a lot of kids. No.
inbox Kris the Critic. Wayne ain't got a lot of kids. He's gainfully employed. Hey, Wayne, listen. Wayne, I'm on my phone.
These lights everywhere.
What advice would you give to anybody? Because we're going to end in a minute because we got Unloaded and Uncovered coming next with Magna. Wayne, what advice would you give, or pitfalls, or things maybe you could do over?
Well, it's nothing I would do.
DJ, I got to give some advice for 2 minutes after Wayne. Go ahead.
I don't think it's any do-overs for me, but just recognize your red flags. I mean, see red flags in a relationship, and if you can't get by them, go around them and turn
Got
it. Detour.
All right, so look, I'm going to give some Kris the Critic tips real quick, and this is gospel. So get out your notepad if you're having some drama. And look, I'm going to use my notes because we got 2 minutes. If you are the person and you have a kid, do not use the kid as a chess piece. All right? He not playing child support. That does not mean that he can't see the kid. You go through the legal system and get your money, but don't deny your child.
If you're a deadbeat, if you got a deadbeat dad,
get
him. But if he's doing what he got to do.
No, you still take him. That's their discretion. My point is, you don't deny any kid to see their dad or mom
you're right, yeah.
over money.
Yeah.
2, don't bring no new folks around. Kids don't need to think. Some of these kids, even your teenage kids, they know when the door's closed. They sitting there thinking, is my mama or daddy a hoe? How come they know what the hell going on? You think just because you close your door, he's not going to come in the room. And I know you said it because I've heard the shit way back in whenever I was single. It was a long time ago. Don't do that shit. It ain't cool. And think about it. Half of y'all sleeping with strangers anyway. You don't know this dude. You don't know that chick. Run some background checks if you thinking about having it. It's okay. Tell that dude you got a criminal record. Ask them hard questions. Those your kid.
Record. Yeah.
Listen, you'll be surprised.
No, I would say do a background check. If I had kids,
hell to the yeah.
You know.
And look, older kids ain't stupid. They know when the door closes it means something. And bottom line is, when in doubt, dating and kids should always just be separate. Till you got a ring on your finger, till you put one on somebody's finger. Number 2, if you are the ex, you the baby, or you the ex-spouse, the baby mama, the baby daddy, those are your kids. And you need to let whoever you had those kids with know, and y'all adults need to sit down when it gets serious. Listen, I'm respecting your relationship. These are my kids. You have that right. And if you the person with the kids, they have that right. You don't own that kid. I mean, you don't make no decisions more so than them. People try to do that shit.
And I just want to interject. Have respect for the person you're in a relation. If you're the person with the kids,
right?
Have respect for the process.
We got
the person that does not have kids. So, or the person that you're dating, because that person that you're dating, whether they have kids or not, deserves the ability to get to know you without being too involved with your kids or your situation with your baby mama or whoever it is.
True.
You know?
DJ, I'm going to finish out in 30 seconds.
Go do it.
Person without the child, respect those people with the kids. Hey, and if you the kid, them adults, those are their problems. You just be a kid. Look, that's a wrap, people. We got Unloaded and Uncovered with Magda next. I want to thank you all for coming. Please send those questions in. We'll see you next week. Wayne, thanks for joining. Gina B. Tina, thank you. Peace. We out of here. Kris the Critic. Next Friday, 8 p.m. Peace and love. We out.
How we do. Gonna love you all night long, baby. Yeah. Body tonight, your body tonight, baby. Touch sky.